Todd is in St. Joseph, Michigan. Hi, Todd. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thank you very much for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I am the CEO of an assisted living company. We are family owned and operated, second generation. Our revenue last year was approximately $22 million, and we have about 320 employees.
Wow. Way to go. Congratulations. You said you're the CEO.
COO. My brother's the CEO.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
So my question is that I'm in the process of implementing some takeaways from EntreLeadership operationally, working on two of the takeaways my brother and I had from going to Summit this past year. As a CEO, my brother is very much the visionary of our business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering how I can get him to buy into, participate to a greater extent, and see the value in the operational details as we get more organized.
Okay. So you guys have obviously been talking about this. I mean, you took that as a takeaway, right?
Yes. Yep, we did.
So he just says, I don't want to do it. I mean, why is he not buying in?
So our two takeaways were to get rid of business debt and to become more organized operationally. So in 5 to 8 years, we could step back from our actual positions and continue with the business. He's been very successful at us getting rid of debt in the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's been his hyper focus. And so he hasn't cared as much about the operational piece of becoming more organized. And sometimes when we're selling a specific property, the real estate of the property, that becomes the hyper focus and how that building is operating versus rolling out more methodically different measures to put into place just for more accountability so we operate smoother.
Yeah, you guys are operating like a trailblazer where you don't have good systems and processes, is what you're saying, from your perspective anyway. And so you've got, it sounds like some of the other stuff is at peak performer status, but I think that's laying down there at trailblazer, lagging behind. So that is a normal malady for a small business going through the 5 stages of business. It's a normal process because most of us that start businesses, he didn't start this as second gen, you said, but most of us we have that visionary thing that causes us to run it. And a lot of entrepreneurs hate details. They're not process and systems people. Craig Groeschel spoke about that one year at EntreLeadership Summit and did a great job talking about systems and processes and how that turns the whole, it really puts grease in the gears of the whole organization. When you're making everything up every time you do it because there's not a template, because there's not a system and a process, it just takes so much energy, and you know that. That's why you're calling. So, yeah, I am not the guy that causes systems or processes to happen in my place because I would be more like your brother. The difference would be that I do place great importance on them. The chances of me personally going and doing them, though, is 0. So I have to make sure people like you on my team, my top leaders, my COO, my CTO, other people where I'm, my HR department, places where we need, even our legal department, where we need set processes, and it's not bureaucracy at all. It's duplicatable systems where we don't have to make it up every time. And it makes everything run so much more efficiently. I get the concept, but I don't want to go do it. But I don't mind making sure that it does, and I don't mind those of you that are wired that way to cause it to happen. I don't mind knocking down the blockers that are keeping keeping the organization from letting you do your job. Which, as the COO, this is kind of your job, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, I think he needs to lead. The way he needs to lead is not to become you, but instead the way he needs to lead is to commit to helping you knock down any organizational blockers, do what your all's takeaway was. He's done a great job of running the debt thing down. He's passionate about that, and you're passionate about this, and he just, what you're not getting is you're not getting backup from him the way you need. But we don't need him to change and not be a visionary. We need and suddenly be a detail guy. He's not going to.
And that is correct. It's just, I guess, it's just the support and the buy-in to putting the systems in place to become more organized.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what my guys would say is, look, we're all in agreement that this needs to happen, and Dave, we need you to be the mouthpiece to push things around or to help me hold some of the other leaders accountable to cause this governance stuff to drop into place. And if you'll do that, we'll make sure the details get done. And I'm like, okay, now I get my part. Let's do it. And then I can go, guys, this is not optional. We have branding governance, for instance, here. That is a system we put in place about 5 years ago, and it made a lot of difference in setting our brands up and our creatives. It gave our creatives boundaries to operate within, which they desperately needed. And but I was not the guy to do that at all. But I didn't mind being the muscle that allowed that opened up the doors that caused the team to be able to do it. And just tell him that's what you need. Because I don't think, you both were at Summit. You both drove away with these takeaways. I don't think he's obstinate about this. I think he just doesn't know what his part in it is.
He's not obstinate at all. And I think what you said is actually perfect. As I would like him to be the mouthpiece to help us get this moving.
Yeah, I need you to use your visionary gift to make one of our visions me doing my job. It really, because my COO really needs to do this crap because I'm not going to do it. I can. Push come to shove, I can set up chairs, I can do all of it, but it's not the best use of Dave. And it's not the best use of your brother because he falls in the visionary bucket. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we just got to communicate and go, I need your help, and here's how you can help cause this whole organization's productivity to go up is do one of the two takeaways that we did, and I'll go do the work if you'll keep kicking the doors open. Be the door kicker for me.